Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Doctor Who Mummy on the Orient Express live watch along. I'm your host, Alex Patterson, and I am very excited to be here uh, at Emily underscore Rosina. Emily Cook has come out of watch along retirement to treat us all to a Mummy on the Orient Express viewing. This feels very appropriate for the end of October. It's a very Halloween-like Doctor Who episode. But I am excited to have it a month early and to be watching it today with all of you. I'm just going to put in my Series 8 Part 2 DVD. I quite like the design of it. It's quite simplistic, but I think quite striking in that sense that it is all just the Doctor and Clara on the moon. So you'll forgive me as I put that in. Disc 1, it actually has the man of the hour, the mummy right there. Huh. Man of the minute, more like. Uh, Hello to the classic Doctor Who Years fan, Lewis Frisbee, Boba Tennant, Alex, who is going to be doing will says, fair warning, I will be dropping quotes from Martin Truman from Sarah Jane Adventures Secrets of the Stars. Hey man, whatever floats your TARDIS, enjoy yourself. I'm glad to see Sonic Productions and Lewis and John Fisher and Pear Crazy 123, Who's Books, welcome. Uh, can't join watching today, but came to chat. Love them annuals in the background. Thank you, Who's Books. We got 2018, 2019 from a recent unboxing that you guys are getting a sneak peek of. So yeah, lovely, lovely to have more annuals in the collection. All right, how are you all watching this episode on DVD, on Amazon, on Netflix, on Blu-ray? Comment down below. I'd be very surprised if you were watching this on VHS, although I love the idea of creating custom VHS covers and getting, like, you know, recording onto VHS's new series episodes. Wow, that's a rabbit hole I will go down someday. All right. We have T minus 7 minutes. We'll be starting at 2 p.m. EST. That's 7 p.m. BST. So I hope you're having a lovely day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I'm just going to get the episode set up. All right, I think I'm good to go. If I was joining, I would be watching on Blu-ray. Nice. I do not have the Blu-ray, but I do have the Series 8 box set as well. Lewis says, you may have seen the Kablam Man in your comments. He's a friend from school. I got him into your channel. That's amazing. Well, hello to the Kablam Man. And yes, I love the name. And I responded. I feel good. I responded to that comment. There are more that I need to respond to. But yes, I did see that. That's awesome. All right. Let's see. Boba says I was just going to buy Fury from Rare Waves, if I can talk, a few minutes ago, but it's not on sale anymore. Oh no. Thankfully, the other DVD I was going to get, Beneath the Surface, is still there. Well, that's good. That's a good set. Love the Silurians. They are great. Would love to see them back. Uh, Boba Tennant's just here to chat because I watched this one not too long ago. Well, that's okay. Hello to Banjo Kazooie 59. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If I was joining, I would be watching on Blu-ray, whose book says. Nice. I am watching on a recorded DVD, the Classic Doctor Who Years fan says. Nice. I'm so glad we have everybody here today. This is great. Yes, another watch-along from the one, the only Emily Cook. This is very, very exciting. Looks like there might be another one coming, not too far away. I think end of October was what I remember being tweeted, but definitely make sure you're following at Emily underscore Rosina on Twitter so that you find out about any of these future watch alongs. Alex says that wants Sarah Jane Adventures Secrets of the Stars Part 1 and Part 2 watch along. I will pirate it just for it, as I have never seen it in my life, but Martin Truman seems like an iconic villain. I've seen that episode, but I have very little memory of it. I love the Sarah Jane Adventures. Oh my gosh, though. That it's amazing. The death of the Doctor is, along with An Adventure in Space and Time, like one of my all-time favorite pieces of Doctor Who ever. Like it's just amazing, just amazing. It's funny that some of my favorite Doctor Who content isn't even an official episode of the TV show, but they get up to that tier level of like Vincent and the Doctor and just stuff that I'm like, oh, it's beautiful, and it's something that you can. What I love about An Adventure in Space and Time and Vincent and the Doctor is they're such great jumping on points. For Doctor Who for people who aren't Doctor Who fans yet, and they're still so amazing. It's really great. All right. Did you hear on Twitter that they're back to filming the new documentaries for the collection box set? Whose books? That is a great point. Side note: 3 minutes till the watch along. Make sure you're all ready. Um, I did see stuff going around on Twitter. A couple of people saying that they were back to working on the collection box sets. We don't know what's next. We're all thinking season 20. Um, I've heard season 2 thrown around there as well. Um, some saying season 11. We're just waiting for a release. For a release. Um, the I think yeah we had some of the people working on the sound design, some of the people working on the actual design of it. I think Lee Binding joined in. So that's all very, very exciting. All right, T minus 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Mark Ayres is also getting more 5.1 mixes ready as well. Thank you. That's the name. I'm watching this on this thing called that no one has heard of. It's called BBC iPlayer. Crazy123 says. I have actually. I'm one of the few people who's heard of that. I wish I had access to it. But yeah, that's awesome. I'm on a sleepover with my friend and we are watching you and having fish custard, Lewis. That is amazing. Enjoy your fish custard. Oh, I need to have fish custard. The last time I had it was 2013 for the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. I may have actually. Yeah, I think that was it. That was it. Oh, remind me to tell you guys the quiz story. Um, the library quiz story. Uh, once we get started on this episode, we've less than 66 seconds to go. Little reference to the episode there. We're going to start in 1 minute, so make sure you are ready to press play. I should do that as well. Just going to hit the space bar when I see it turn on the hour. I'm excited. Capaldi. Gotta love Capaldi. It's been a little while since I've watched a Series 8 episode. We watched some Series 9 last week, so I'm ready for more Capaldi. Ready for more Capaldi. Boba Tennant, I've never had fish custard because I'm allergic to fish. Well, that's a very good reason to not have fish custard. Also, if you're allergic to custard, that's another great reason not to have fish custard. But the nice thing I think about fish sticks is that you could probably find some like vegan or vegetarian ones. Like as you want to don't take advice from like check your own allergens, but that might not have fish if it was a vegan fish stick. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit play. Now, hello to Aiden Phillips. Welcome. Capaldi's telling me to start the clock. Get ready, hit play. But yes, a vegan fish stick might actually work quite well because, in my experience, they don't have a lot of. They have a very processed taste anyway, so that's easier to replicate without actual meat. Oh dear, we've got a countdown. Yikes. Ah, Boba Tennant also allergic to eggs. I'm sorry. That is a whole cocktail of things that you shouldn't have. But I hope you can have jelly babies. That's the main thing. Hello to Luke Bushel. Welcome. We've just started. We're 1 minute into. Wait. Now we are 66 seconds into the episode. Look at that. And Phillips is multitasking, doing geography and this at the same time. Oh, wow. Well, I hope no alien names end up in your geography test. We'll know where those came from. Oh dear, we've already had a murder on a space train. What? Reveal. Whose books? Hopefully one day Series 8 will get a steelbook release, which I will be getting. That would be awesome. Next up is Series 7, but I expect that they will do Series 8. Do you guys think they'll re-release Series 9 and 10? All right, so I want to tell you guys about my library quiz story. This was back in 2013. It's the 50th anniversary year of Doctor Who. It's like, you know, everybody knows about it. It's great because normally Doctor Who's a show nobody knows about, nobody's talking about, at least in America. But back then, everybody knew it was the 50th anniversary. And so this library was having a Doctor Who quiz night, and they had different prizes you could win. If you answered a question right, you got a point, and you got a raffle ticket. It was a raffle. They had some cutouts, probably some other prizes, but as you can imagine, Tony, my brother, and I went, and we got a ton of the questions right. It actually got to the point where the librarians were a little bit frustrated that we were answering so many of them right. Because I think it was sort of like first person to get it, or I don't know if it was everybody who got it right got a raffle ticket or whatever, but we got a lot of them right. We got a lot of tickets by the end of it. I was the only one who got a question, which was what was the name of the prison that River Song was imprisoned in. And I was the only one who managed to remember Storm Cage Facility. So proud of getting that one right. Uh, and so we sunk all of our raffle tickets into this cutout of, I think, the Doctor? Some cutout, all into one. And there was probably a couple other tickets in there, but we put all of ours in one basket. And do you think we got that one? Nope, not at all. But hey, I'm not sore. I'm not sore about it. No, it was great though. It was great. Welcome to Gary Contois. If you haven't seen it, today's video was an unboxing of a lovely classic Doctor Who steelbook from Gary Contois. So thank you so much for that again. It was amazing. Plus the jelly babies. We devoured those on the day of the channel's birthday. It was just going around. Would you like a jelly baby? Would you like a jelly baby? Everybody wanted a jelly baby. It was great. We put him on the cake. It was awesome. It was awesome. Welcome as well to John Fisher. Hello. So glad you're both here. Yes, Gary Contois, the steelbook you gave to Alex was just so kind. Yes, indeed, it was. It was so amazing. I was so excited when I opened it. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you can tell in the video, I look a little bit tired. It had been a long day, and boy, did I need that little, like, that thing at the end of the evening to just help relax me and make me feel so much better. It was great. It was great. Uh, That's a great story, Alex. Thank you, Boba. I never got that cut out, but we did have a fun time, and it makes a good story now. I think they'll re-release Series 9, Aiden Phillips says, on Steelbook, but probably not 10, as it's still quite widely available. Okay, interesting. Series 9 is quite rare on Steelbook. Who knows? Gary Contois works magic with those Steelbook releases. I love Clara's theme, you know? I'm not a huge fan in general of Series 8, but Clara's theme just gets stuck in your head. It's great. Sharky Mark says, hi Alex, it's amazing to see how incredible your collection has grown over the years. You have some treasures. Love the UK steelbooks. I do as well. I gotta say, I thought that they were a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier. I think because I was thinking of the one US steelbook. It's called a 10 that we have for Series 4. It's a little bit heavier. So to see them and they're just so they're they were lighter than I expected. It was just so amazing to be like, this beautiful little thing that I never knew what it was like in person. It was just so great. So thank you so much. The collection has grown significantly in the 4 years this channel has been going. So thank you so much. I should show one in one of the videos what my collection was like a couple of years before the channel. It was like ridiculously small around 2012 or something. It was great. It was great. A fantastic story and a fantastic steelbook, Gary Conchois. Yes, indeed. Oh my gosh. Two Troughton steelbooks. So excited. I was just scrolling through eBay and I came across a Doodlebop's listing. Boba Tennant loves a couple of things very much. One is Robot, the other is Doodlebops. Well, I'm glad you found some eBay stuff. That is always fun. I don't like jelly babies, but when I cosplay the Fourth Doctor, Aiden Phillips says, on my school dress up day, I brought a packet of jelly babies just to hand out to people randomly. That's awesome. That is great. It's a great addition to a costume if you can get them. Again, I have to order them online, but man, I will say, let's talk about conventions for a second. I love cosplaying. Comment down below with what you're like, which Doctor Who character you've cosplayed as, if you have ever done that. It's a lot of fun, and I've cosplayed the first, second, third, fourth, fifth Doctors. I should do an eighth Doctor cosplay now because of the hair. I've done the ninth, 10th, I believe, and 11th for sure. So those are the Doctors I've cosplayed. But the one I like to cosplay the most was the fifth Doctor, because we'd always try and do lineups of all the Doctors at a convention. All the Doctor Who cosplayers would get together, would do like a photo shoot or whatever, and you'd always see consistently these certain Doctors were missing, and I would see that like 3, 5, 6, 7, really five wasn't showing up a lot. So I was always like, well, I have this great Fifth Doctor costume that we put together from local, I guess what you'd call a charity shop. Got a jacket and just yeah, it was great. And so what the detail that I added onto it was a real stick of celery, a real stick of celery. You cut off the end, put I take a paper towel, put so like a dampen it with some water, use a rubber band to attach it to the end, and that celery will last most of the day. And people were always just so impressed by a real stick of celery in my pocket. It was great. It was great. All right. It's just story time today. That's great. Pear Crazy once snuck jelly babies into school and asked my friends the exact same question. That is great. Luke is excited for Evil of the Daleks and the Abominable Snowmen to potentially be animated. That will be amazing. I expect those will come out next, but I'm waiting until they officially announce it to, you know, to until I really get my hopes up. Still waiting for my Fury Steelbook after 3 weeks. Alex says, hopefully next week. I hope so. That's a long time to wait for such a cool release once you've ordered it. Well, I just went into Tesco on the way to school. Hayden says. Lewis says either fifth or sixth Doctor. Nice. Whose books? Aiden Phillips said is brilliant thing to do. At my primary school dress up back in 2013, I cosplayed as the 11th Doctor. Love a good 11th Doctor cosplay. Boba Tennant cosplayed a regenerated 10th Doctor a few years back. Nice. Classic Doctor Who's fan. I cosplayed as the 4th Doctor with a long scarf. Yes. I've worn both scarves as a Doctor. A couple of conventions, I wore the scarf with the Fifth Doctor costume, and that kind of confused people. It's like, which Doctor are you? Oh, the mystery thickens. Got the sonic screwdriver. Alex doesn't want to be spoiled by the animation and story. Oh, yeah. Aiden Phillips says, that reminds me, my Mechanist Daleks finally arrived this week. Congrats. Always good to have new Dalek figures added to the collection. We got the figurines announced for Time Lord Victorious III pack of Dalek figurines. We have a battle-worn strategist, was it? And who was the other one? Oh, a Dalek executioner with claws. That's really cool. This is Frank Skinner. Oh my gosh, I've seen him in Taskmaster, and it's hilarious to now see him in a Doctor Who episode. I mean, I saw him first in Doctor Who, but that's amazing. That is great. Hello, Stu. Welcome. Glad you are here now. Boba Tennant did the Fourth Doctor too, but I can't find any pictures. I have that was one of the first cosplays I ever did. We are 11 and a half minutes into Mummy on the Orient Express. Nice to be watching some Doctor Who. Gus, that's great. Tally One says, "What's up, Who Club?" Wait, that's not right. Yes. Welcome. We are 12 minutes into Mummy on the Orient Express. Series 8, Part 2 is how I'm watching this. I wanted to watch it on Amazon, but unlike with past watch alongs, I thought they might have this available for free for the day of, like they have, but that's not the case for this one. But I broke out the DVD, which is playing quite nicely. I don't think I've actually played this particular disc of Series 8. Stu says, "Does anybody know about the Vord from Kisa Marinus?" Well, I love Kisa Marinus, but I'm not sure I know yet what you're referring to. But I definitely think the Vord should come back. 66 seconds to live. Some nice spooky stories being told. I do like seeing Capaldi in a tux. That's quite nice. Very Pertwee-esque. All he needs right now is a cape, and we'd have the third Doctor. Capaldi is so great. Jelly babies! He has a little case of jelly babies! Oh, that's amazing! We were just talking about jelly babies. Didn't even connect that. We also have a Cyberman on disc 2. I like this clock design the on the outside. Very cool. Very cool. Well, I made a Lego figure version of the Vord standard. Nice. That's cool. I tell you what I always wanted to see, and I'm excited to have the new B&M sets coming out. I wish they weren't limited, but uh, I am very excited to see those coming out. But what I've always wanted is a set, an action figure set from each Doctor Who story, with a background, at least one villain or monster from it, and some characters from the episode. So, I mean, that would just be amazing. Even as part of a spaceship or a set. Oh, and then you'd have by the end of it, 250 action figure sets, which would be insane, but quite cool. Everyone that thought the Kosovan from Series 12 were Vord from the Keys of Marinus, whose books that was very sad to not see that come to fruition. I think I was one of those people. I don't know. Uh, that's interesting. We never got Series 8 Part 1 and 2 box sets in the UK, Aiden Phillips says. That is interesting. In the US, we never got it for Series 1, but we got Series 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, but not for 11 or 12. Telling one asks Alex, how do you make your thumbnails? I use mostly Canva.com. That's a nice free program that you can use. I also sometimes will use my video editor. If I made the background for these live stream thumbnails. I'll show you that I made partially on my video editor because I could use green screen to, you know, for that thumbnail. But I also use lately I used a program for today's thumbnail. I used one called um, ooh, it's a new program to me, and I found it a little bit clunky, but I liked the background. Gonna have to see. Snappa was what I used for this live stream. Not for this live stream, for today's thumbnail. But Telly says, "Oh, cool! I use Canva too." Yeah, I find it handy. One thing I wished it would do is like remove backgrounds more. That's currently my problem at the moment is try to find a program that removes backgrounds. Um, but yeah, I use Canva. Oh, Alex got 2 DVDs in 2 weeks. Nice. The Aztecs of the War Games. Ooh, good. But sadly, both cases got cracked. Oh no. But I get spare cases anyway. Nice. Okay. I watched the Aztecs today with my dad as he adores the Aztecs period. That's so amazing. Oh, I love watching Doctor Who with my family. And something about like the original TARDIS crew and Hartnell episodes in general, I love it. I feel like I want to live in the TARDIS with that first TARDIS crew. So that is so cool that you got both the Aztecs and the War Games. Great ones. Stu says there's something I want to know. Some of your names have blue text with a blue spanner. What does it mean? And do I have one? So that means that you are a moderator if you have blue text and spanners. If you want to be a moderator, please do email me at thedarktoguide1963@gmail.com, and we will talk about you getting that blue text and blue spanner. That is for moderators. I use a site called remove.bg to remove backgrounds. Boba Tennant says, ooh, remove. Yes. Okay. Yep. I have used that before, and it is quite nice. I think that's what I used recently. Yesterday, I spent like an hour doing some thumbnail design for redesigning the summer haul thumbnails, so they're a little bit easier to spot for all 7 parts so far. And I used remove.bg for part of that. But Spanna.com only lets you do 3 downloads, which was very frustrating because I spent a long time. That's one thing I would suggest if you're trying out a new site, don't start designing a full thumbnail in it until you know how many you get to download, because some do limit it. You can't download the full resolution thing without paying, and so it's very frustrating to design a lot of thumbnails and then not be able to download them because you need to pay for a subscription and stuff. Yes, okay. Telly says I also use Photoshop Mix, which is a free mobile version of Photoshop. Nice, nice. Henry Dudestar, welcome. I think that setting is what I put in the chat. It's to help if anybody like comes in and tries to start spamming. I just put 30 seconds on between, but I think that's what I normally have on the chat. But yeah. Sonic Productions got the 3 Doctors on DVD from eBay, and the seller put Doctor Who stickers on the package. Aw, that's awesome. I it's always lovely when a seller does that. I got a seller who marked a package with DFTPA, which is "Don't forget to be awesome," which was great. Alex is sharing his Twitter so that you can read a thread of his full thoughts on the story. Stu says, "Oh, I feel a Doctor Who theory coming on. Get ready." What do you guys think is the spookiest Doctor Who episode? Would you go for The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances, or perhaps Mummy on the Orient Express, or Pyramids of Mars? You know, 2 Mummy episodes in Doctor Who, and the Are You My Mummy episode of The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances. John Fisher shouting out Henry Dudestar's channel. Nice. Thank you, John. Do check that out. We made a trilogy of gaming Doctor Who, a history of Doctor Who games, uh, a while back, and so you can check that out as well. You'll have to search through the channel, but it's there. Luke asks, did you guys get the volumes for series 1 to 5 uh, in the US. So we got series 1, volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very cool. There's a red case, a blue case, a green case, and a purple case. But that's the only volumes we got. Otherwise, it's just part part 1 and part 2. I really thought Fury was quite spooky. Probably the spookiest classic story, Aiden Phillips. Oh, yes, of course. Quill and what's his name? Just coming in. A lot of people rank that as the spookiest scene. Call me Gus. That's great. Sonic screwdriver isn't working. I wonder if it's what is it? Deadlocked? That's the term. This is very spooky blue lighting, which is quite cool. In general, I'm not a fan of darkly lit stories. If you can't see anything, I think there was a season of Agents of Shield. It just got so dark throughout. I was like, "What is? We may as well listen to an audiobook." That was kind of the extreme. We may have, Henry. We may have done that. I don't know if it ever got published. We'll have to check. That was a blast from the past. I'll have to check the channel. Stu says, I think they were all scary, but if I had to choose one, I think I'd have to choose Ghostlight. Oh, that's a great choice. That is a great choice. Ghostlight is, I mean, a good Seventh Doctor, season 26. There's some great creepy episodes to watch. Uh-oh, we've got another countdown. I thought that when watching Solo. I know, right, Aiden? I'm like, there are extremes, you know? I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., though. Love that show. Just not the lighting. I wanted to see it. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Three, two, one. Death is a real thing in this episode. Yikes. Luke Bushel says Midnight is very creepy. With a voice stealing monster, just watch it today. That is a good creepy one as well. But then it says Ghostlight hurts my head not because it's confusing, but because all the lights. Ah, it hurts my head. Oh. Well, it hurts my head because it's confusing, but. Oh. I still can't believe Frank Skinner was in a Doctor Who episode. This is great. Stu says 31. You know the androids from Earthshock? I believe they could be the Vord taking control by the Cybermen. Ooh. I know. Were the Vord ever in the comics again? I'm going to look this up again. List of appearances. Vord were in the Keys of Marnus and the Early Adventures Series 1 in Domain of the Vord. Apparently also in Doom Coalition 2. Ooh. Wow. Also in an Iris Wildtime book. In a Doctor Who and the Daleks short stories. There's some options there. That's interesting. They're in the Now We Are 600 book and the Fishmen of Candelinga. There you go. There you go. Henry Dudestar. Oh, it is on the channel. Oh, good. I remember the fact because I did the thumbnail. Nice, nice. Oh, good, good. Watch the extended work print on Blu-ray. That's how I watch it for the first time. Nice. Ooh, I can't wait. Oh, I do like the lighting now. Hashtag 66 seconds is trending. Nice, nice. I do love the lighting now. An intelligence test. I love the sarcastic computer voice. This is definitely a base under siege story. I also made the Lego version of the Wirren. Ooh, nice, Stu. Oh, there was an Eighth Doctor audio called Wirren Dawn. I remember enjoying that quite a lot. Love the Eighth Doctor's adventures, as well as the Fourth Doctor adventures. Yes, the Void were in the comic story World Shapers. That's what I'm thinking of. In which they try and make themselves into Cybermen. Which, fun fact, the World Shapers Void are Cybermen from an invasion. Thank you, Henry. That's what I thought I was remembering. Oh no. That's so sad. 40 seconds. So just noticed the Jelly Babies appeared in this episode. Yes, it was Peter Capaldi's idea for them to be added. Oh, that's awesome. And his idea for the Mondasian Cybermen also made it in the Series 10 finale. Yes. I'm so glad that they actually implemented that. Stu says, and a Sixth Doctor audio story called We're in Isle. Oh, that's cool. I'm excited to see the Sixth Doctor in the Weirin. Oh, that's so sad. Oh. In Village, they get a couple more Big Finish audios with the Doctor Who magazine codes based on the New Adventures books. Nice, nice. Yes, there are some good codes in the latest Doctor Who magazine. A further bonus of picking it up. Henry Dudestar, I still need to watch Ark in Space. What? Oh, you gotta check it out. Oh, that's amazing, though. And Peter has good taste in classic Who. Yes. He's amazing. Peter Capaldi is just amazing. John Fisher says Ark in Space was the first episode I ever saw back in the 70s. That's amazing. That's so cool. Boba Tennant says Ark in Space is in season 12, and we all know what I think of season 12. Yes, we do. Oh, Ark in Space is a great one. Great speech by the Fourth Doctor. Great. I mean, the Weirin, just so creepy. Very cool idea. We are half an hour into the 48-minute Mummy on the Orient Express. I only watched Pyramids of Mars the other day. Nice, Henry. Oh, I could do with a rewatch of that. I haven't seen that one in ages. Iron Space was actually my first Fourth Doctor story I watched, Boba 10. It says not robot. Wow. Well, it was also John's first Fourth Doctor story. Oh my word. A lot of people not making it through this episode. Ark in Space is great. Warren the Weirin. Henry D. Star says. Paracrazy123 says, unboxed Destiny of the Daleks the other day with at Boba Tennant. That's awesome. Destiny of the Daleks. You know, it's not the best Davros story, but any story in classic Doctor Who with Davros, I am excited to watch. My favorite Doctor Who villains, Stu says, are the Daleks, Cybermen, Ice Warriors, the Vord, the Weirin, and finally Fenric. That's a great list. Oh, I love the Daleks, and I love all of those. But I'm always down for Daleks to return. I know some people are like, oh, not more Daleks, and I know that the Daleks as Cybermen, they definitely can have been overdone at times, or their episodes haven't been as well written. But I'm always down to give them another chance. Give a new writer a chance to revitalize them. So I'm always down for more Dalek episodes. I also want the Centaurans to come back and be like actually scary for an episode. That would be great. Boba Ten says I watched Genesis Arc and I think Andor Zatara before I get to Robot. Really? Wow. And then you've just been watching Robot ever since. Hello, Surrealslit89. Just stopping in quick, watching Earthshock at my mom's house. Enjoy. That's a great episode. So glad you stopped by. I'm appreciating the Fifth Doctor more. I really wasn't expecting how much I'd love watching Caves of Androzani, but that was really good. Ah, and Earthshock and Five Doctors, and I love Frontios too. There's just so many great things. Oh boy. Oh, that's a creepy shot with the hands going right through the Doctor. It's so scary, the idea of doing these experiments to figure out more about the monster, but if you're an experiment, you just die. So to pass on that information, so scary, selfless. Oh my. I watched six Peter Davison stories this week, so Meow's Let 89. My Doctor Who watch through is speeding up. Nice. Where are you now? Well, maybe Earthshock? I don't know. Boba Tennant, and before I got to Robot, I had seen Earthshock, Five Doctors, Ambassadors of Death, Claws of Axos, Three Doctors, Ark in Space, Carnival, Tomb, Remembrance, Two Doctors, and an Unearthly Child. That's awesome. I wish I'd kept a record of what episodes I watched on what date, so I could know like how many times I like how many times I'd seen an episode. I can't tell if you're a genius or just incredibly arrogant. And the 12th Doctor's like, on a good day, I'm both. Oh wow. Clack the Geek, welcome. No worries, sleep is good. I try and get as much of it as I can. Uh, Henry Dudestar says, what villain should come back next series? Personally, the Celine family or any Celine-like family from insert long planet name here from Raxigorgo Falpatorius. So Henry wants to see the Celine come back. Comment down below if you also want to see that. For me, I want to see the Candyman come back. I want to see the Sea Devils come back. I want to see the Daleks, Cybermen, Centaurans come back. Ooh, Black Guardian would be cool. We were talking about the Vord, so I kind of want the Vord to come back now. Oh no. Who's the next victim? But welcome, Glacka. Welcome to the stream. Sir Meowslight 89 wants the Mara and Fenric and the Malice to come back in New Who. Ooh. Boba Tennis says it's easy for me to remember how many times I've watched Robot. The answer will forever be not enough. That's great. Stu says, now the biggest controversial opinion to date. Ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. I am not the biggest fan of Genesis of the Daleks. Why? Because it is slow in the middle, and B, Harry Sullivan, Matt Lucas in the 1970s. Well, I enjoyed watching the 90-minute omnibus of Genesis. And at first I went into it going, how could you carve any bit out of that? It's such an amazing story, but you actually can. And it didn't suffer what one bit. I think every Doctor Who story can be cut down more. Um, to some extent, especially classic stories where sometimes you just get a lot of running up and down corridors, especially the Invasion of Time. I'm thinking of where they're actually commenting on how they're going down the same corridor just to sort of fill time. But yeah, sleep is good. Doctor Who guys orders. Hayden Phillips says, yes. So I'm told. I try and get 8.5 to 9 hours. But I'm not always perfect about that. Yep, I am up to Earthshock. Well, about to be on the infamous time flight. I'll save it for tomorrow. So Meowslight 89 says, nice. K1 and Megloss should come back. No, Boba. I had no idea you'd say that. Oh, Clack has a great idea. The Celestial Toymaker would be a great return. Absolutely. I love that. Classic Doctor Who fan would like to see K1 and the Autons back. The Autons would be very, very cool. And a redesign of K1. I'm open to it. But Tennis says I love Genesis and not just because it is season 12. Well, I think it's important that, you know, I want this to be a space where people can express, you know what, this person who everybody likes or this story that everybody likes, I'm not a big fan of it, you know, and we just respect each other's opinions. I'm not the hugest fan. If we're talking about controversial opinions, I'm not the biggest fan of River Song. I don't enjoy kind of how she's written. Just and it was. I think part of the reason I've held on to not enjoying her character more is just because everybody was like, "Oh, but she's the best thing since sliced bread." It's just so and then she kept coming back 16 times. Um, so yeah, I picked the wrong character to not like as much. But oh no, the Doctor's seeing the Mummy. Henry Dusar says, my first classic Who DVDs were The Five Doctors, The Time Warrior, Keeper Traken, Logopolis, Cast Revival, Demons, Day of the Daleks, Genesis of the Daleks, City of Death, and The Visitation. Some good stories in there. What a great haul. Stu says that Genesis would benefit from being cut down, and that I certainly enjoyed the omnibus version of it. Good to see you, Sir Meowslet89. Thanks so much for stopping by. It's so good to see you. All right. See you crew next time, Telly1. Thanks so much as well for being here. Have a great day. Keep growing your knowledge, collection, and connection, both of you. Also, tomorrow's Megloss's 40th anniversary. Boba Tennant is saying yes. Congrats to Megloss. Happy birthday. Oh, good. Aiden Phillips says, me neither. I feel like she's a ripoff Captain Jack, to be honest. Huh. I hadn't thought of it that way. I'd love if Captain Jack isn't in this Christmas special, he needs to be in Series 13. Henry Dusar says the thing is we haven't got any 80s Doctor Who monsters in New Who. It's mainly 60s monsters and 3 70s villains. That's a good point. The Eternals, well, the Immortals and Can You Hear Me is kind of like oh wow. Sorry, the episode's just wrapping up. I think they're the closest thing to the Eternals that we see in the Black Guardian trilogy and sort of a Black Guardian-like character. So I think that's the closest we get to an 80s monster. But you're right, I would like some of them to come back. I mean, to be fair, season 20 was just bringing back plenty of returning villains. But I think the Mara would be cool as well. Paracrazy, what do you think of my first DVDs were Trial of a Time Lord Remembrance, the movie, and The Mind Robber? Nice. My first DVD, I thought for ages it was City of Death. That was my second classic DVD. My first one was The Pirate Planet. What? I couldn't believe that when I saw it in the Pirate Planet. When I saw it in my Amazon history, I was like, what? Oh my word. Boba Tennant says controversial opinion. I'm not a big fan of Remembrance or Curse of Fenric. I'm not the biggest fan of Curse. Love Remembrance, but not a big fan of Curse. But I may just need a rewatch. Oh my gosh. The whole train just exploded. She was much better with Tennant, to be honest. And Philip says, yeah, like, she's a good character. I just wouldn't have brought her back 16 times. And yeah, I guess I didn't like how she, I don't know, she was written with a sort of smugness that comes from knowing what's going to happen. And I don't know why. Something just rubbed me the wrong way. But I totally get why, other people would enjoy her character a lot. Alex says, so this game called The Last of Us, and today they made a popular GIFs with Last of Us characters, and one of them was the 10th Doctor in the Rain. Oh no! That GIF. There are certain Doctor Who GIFs that it's like, yep, everybody knows them, everybody uses them. Boba 10 says, also not a fan of Resurrection, lol. It's alright though, I love Revelation. Wow, not a, that's not a combo that you find a lot, so congrats to you for enjoying Revelation. And that's also a very creepy story. Um, and Resurrection, it's good. Um, I mean, what other Doctor Who story do you have a Dalek getting pushed out a window? I mean, that was crazy. But Henry Dudestar says, the Black Guardian was in a 70s episode first. Oh, I guess, yeah, okay. But like the Black Guardian trilogy is 80s. I only have 8 more Third Doctor DVDs to get. Nice, Henry. Congrats. Do you have any of his seasons completed yet? Stu says Christopher Fenric is I can't read that word, but an amazing story in my opinion. I'm so glad you enjoy it. Again, like I said, I need to give it a proper rewatch. John Fisher says, "Use your River Song action figure get the least amount of your attention out of all your Doctor Who figures." Yes, probably. I actually think that was from my brother. I think Tony gave that to me. I may have not even tried to buy one. Oh. Oh, he gets to see the TARDIS. That's amazing. Ah! Oh no. We've just had a poster fall. Thankfully, everything else on the table is okay. You guys saw that. That's the second time a poster has attacked me during a live stream. Oh dear. Well, I'm glad everything on the table is okay. Oh dear. Boba Tennant says I still love Planet, Genesis, and Revelation. Nice. I do love the shots in this, like the way they're composed, the blue and orange lighting. It's great. Oh no! John Fisher says yes. Poster slid down, but thankfully everything else is okay. Poster evacuation, Stu says yes. Capaldi, the way his hair grows is kind of like, yeah, just like how the Third Doctor's hair grows throughout the series. Well, now this looks rather out of whack. Just one poster on the left, nothing on the right. Henry Dudestar, hot take. but the Ambassadors of Death is a hot mess and could easily have been 4 parts. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Yeah. There is a lot of back and forth with Liz going, you know, getting put in prison, sneaking out of prison. Yeah. And there's just a lot of vehicle stuff, which is enjoyable, but not necessarily as integral for the plot. Sonic Production says, I need to work on my first Doctor DVD collection. Okay. I highly recommend it because I love the Hartnell era. But yeah, that's, I, I, I mean, you all know I love the Lost in Time collection box set. So, you know, it's the best box set you can get for Doctor Who. That you can buy for Doctor Who. There we go. Stu says, I'll be getting Meglos for my birthday, which is in 2.5 weeks. Nice. Congrats. Happy early birthday, Stu. Clara's just decided that she's traveling again. Looks like the TARDIS dematerialized ball, John. Yeah. Yes, it did. It was like, I'm out. I'm out. All right. Next time trailer for Flatline. Oh my gosh, that's Mummy and the Orient Express, just like that. Well, this was fun. 66 seconds. So glad to have another watch along from Emily Cook. Aiden Phillips, my hair is like a plant which you watch intently in your garden. His hair is like a plant which you watch intently in your garden, which you water intently. There we go. Finally figured out the message. That is great. Oh, yes. Peter Capaldi's hair growth is just amazing throughout the show. Boba Tennis Season 12 Blu-ray is the best box set you can buy for Doctor Who. All right. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out. This was fun. Mummy on the Orient Express. It was good to talk with all of you about Doctor Who, all things Doctor Who. And what we will watch next week, I have no clue. We will figure that out. But do make sure you have notifications turned on so that you get notified when a live stream is scheduled, and so that you see community posts. If I'm not able to do a live stream, I put out a community post, so definitely check that out to find out whether or not we are having a live stream. And make sure you've got notifications turned on because I hope to get quite a few unboxing videos out soon, and it may be at a higher than one per week pace because there's a lot to catch up on. Good to see you, Aiden Phillips, Boba Tennant, Stu, Pear Crazy 123, John Fisher. Thank you, John, for saying please hit the like button and subscribe for more Doctor Who content. Absolutely, if you want to grow your knowledge, collection, connection, subscribe. But I'm pretty sure everybody here is subscribed because you guys are so kind that way. The Classic Doctor Who's fan, welcome. So good to see you all. Good to see John Fisher, the Classic Doctor Who's fan, Aiden Phillips, Boba Tennant, Stu, Paragrazy 123, Sonic Productions, Henry Dudestar. Thank you all for being here. Alex, Boba Tennant. So good to see all of you today. Keep growing your knowledge, collection, and connection. Stay safe. Have a good week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.